friends, it's Carolyn Zook with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm really so glad that you are here, spending part of your day or your evening with me. Happy March, everybody. I don't know how it got to be March, but here we are. It is warm and sunny out. It's probably going to be in the mid 60s here. I'm in the Pacific Northwest in the Portland, Oregon area. That's very warm for us. So I more prefer the rain and the coolness and the clouds and stuff, but everybody else is very excited and happy about the sunshine. However, we did have earlier this week, we had very heavy storms. We got 3 inches of rain in the matter of 3 days, which is a lot. And then we had heavy winds. So where I live, we had winds gusts up to 60 miles an hour. I did lose power. I lost power for about 16 hours, I think. They actually turned it on earlier, so it was overnight. It was Monday afternoon. The power went out around like 4:30. And, you know, they text you updates. So they were saying around 3 o'clock the next day, they thought the power would be out. I went to work on Tuesday because the power didn't go out on campus. Darn it. So I went to work, and as I was pulling into work, I think around 8:30 Tuesday morning, they said the power was restored. So I didn't get stitching in on Monday night. Now, I don't know why I am the way I am, but, you know, I use a stitchy light, like a book light that just charges, and then, like, there's no cords attached. So technically, I could have stitched. But when something like the power goes out, like, I don't know why, like, I just can't really do it. I was doing things around the house while I still had daylight. And then I was like, well, I might as well just go to bed early once it got dark out. So, like, I just have a hard time focusing. So I didn't actually do any stitching on Monday night because the power was out. But we did okay. You'll see I have not changed my background yet, even though it's March. So it does feel a little outdated. But the reason why is because I'm getting my floors replaced starting Monday morning. And so I have to pack all this away anyway. Like, everything in these cabinets has to come, well, it's basically done now, but has to come out so that they can move the furniture. So I have carpet and laminate down now in my downstairs, and I'm getting hardwood floors put in, just in the downstairs. So a lot of like last weekend and the weekend before, and especially this weekend, we'll be moving stuff out, hauling stuff up stairs to get it out of the way, and then whatever furniture I can personally handle will go into the garage, and I'll just move my car out of it's a single car garage. So I have that to do, but since I had to pack this away anyway, I didn't want to like pack it away and then pull out new stuff that I just have to turn around and pack away because it all has to go away anyway. So I don't know how long, like, they booked it for a week. I don't know that it will take a full week, but they said they just like to in case something comes up or something. So I'm like, okay. So we'll see. I don't know where I plan to come back next Saturday. Who knows what the background will look like? We'll just go from there and do our best. So yeah, so that's what we got going on this week and next week. Several of you mentioned, I was so excited that the letters left in Blue Rhapsody that I had to spell out, spelled D-I-M. And many of you said, don't forget the H. Yes, I did overlook the H. So thank you for reminding me. So I have to complete a D-H-I-N-M to finish up the alphabet in Blue Rhapsody. I just got really excited about spelling dim. But we can spell it D-H-I-M. It's pronounced the same way. So thank you all. You were like, don't forget, you'll be so mad at yourself if you forget to put in that H. Yes, you are correct. I would have been mad at myself. Here's the word we're going to pronounce for today. Anemone. 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 I listened. I did like how to pronounce it online, and I practiced and practiced. We're just going to go with anemone. Anemone. And I'm going to say it fast, and you're going to be like, Carolyn, that sounds great. By golly, I think you got it. I appreciate your patience and everybody who was like trying to help me and everything. So I do appreciate it. Anemone. That's what we're going to go with. Okay, it's March, so we have some February stats. So I stitched a total of 74.6 hours in the month of February, which is fine. It's a shorter month, and I think there were a couple days. Yeah, there was a day where I worked pretty late, so I didn't get to stitch, and then the power went out, so I didn't get to stitch then either. But that's fine. I started the month with 62 whips. I had one new start, which is Hearts and Flowers, which I'll show you here in a minute, and I had one finish last night, which I'll show you here in a little bit. So I ended the month with 62 whips. So we're starting February with 62 whips. All right, let's get into it. So first up is Hearts and Flowers. This was my 25/7 piece for the month of February. This is what it will look like. Well, they have a modern version too, but I am doing the vintage version. This is from February 2023 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. That's what the cover looks like. This is designed by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts. So I started on the outside border. My border did meet up, which is great. Hold on here. And now, so the little loop-de-loops. The little dots are actually beads, so I'll do that at the end. And now I'm going back around and filling. These are little hearts around the whole border. I took this off of the Q-snap because it's going to go away for a while, but it will come back out later this year, and I have to serge the edges. They're pretty raw. I'm stitching this on 32 count vintage country mocha. So you can see we're getting there 25 minutes a day. So I'm a little over halfway getting those hearts done. It will feel really good. And I did have to mark it which way is up because it's really easy to get it turned around. Even in the Q-snap, it's really easy to get it turned around. So this is all 38.65. Lots and lots and lots of 38.65. So that is where we are at with Hearts and Flowers. So I'm going to leave that out so I can serge it because I'm going to have to move my serger. So in my craft room, I have a sewing machine and a serger, and I have two different desks because one of the biggest things when I moved was I want to have a craft room and I want to have one desk where my sewing machine just sits out all the time. And then I bought a serger later. And so that's on the other desk. And, so I am going to have to move it because that desk I'm going to need for my computer so I can work while the flooring people are here. So I want to just serge those edges before I have to move it'll come back. It's really only going to be a few days, but it's a lot of work, right? But it'll be a huge improvement. Okay, so the next piece is One Nation. I only got one more day on this instead of 3. This is by Bygone Stitches. This is what it will look like. And I'm first working on the Field of Stars. So I have the first 1, 2, 3. So I'm down to here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 2 long rows to do and 2 short rows left to do of the Field of Stars. So, this is where we're at. So you probably can't really tell, but I finished up this row of stars. I think there were 4 more stars to put in there. And then I did a little bit of the blue for the bottom, the row below it. And then my time was up. So we're inching along. Like I said, this one, I don't have a super big goal. It comes out when there's federal holidays. And my intent is to give it 3 days. But I think I only gave this 1 day this month. And that happens. That's a piece if I have to work late or if the power goes out or something like that, that is the piece that's going to get moved to make way for my more monthly goals. But a little bit helps, right? And it's certainly not a focus piece right now. Okay, my next piece I worked on was Winter Montage. So here, this is artwork by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And we are this leaf is done. We kind of did some fill-in. We're right at the point right there. So we're moving this direction. And this is what it looks like. So I did a bunch of fill-in down around here, and you can see we're starting in on those berries are starting to come out here to kind of move us over. But that took quite a while. I got in 392 stitches, and I'm now at 7.57% done. I must have done some work in here too, because that's not almost 400 stitches, right? So I bet I did some work in there. I can't remember, honestly. I bet I did some work in here, and then kind of carried it down. And you can start to see where those next berries will be. And we have, what, 3 more Sundays for this. So I don't think I'll quite get that first block done, but it will be very close to it. So I'm happy with that. So there you go. That is winter montage. I love those. And then, last but not least, is my finish. I finished The Snuggle is Real. This piece it's a Rendell Designs. It is in the Just Cross Stitch December 2023 issue. We did a Sal started last year called the Are You Kidding Me Sal. This is my finish, and the fabric I'm using is 32 count Anemone by Fortnite Fabrics. They're no longer in business, but so here is the kitten. Isn't she precious? I think I'm going to frame it, even though it's a smaller piece. I'm going to get it framed, and I want it in like I have a frame in my mind at Acorns and Threads, and I'm going to hang it in my bedroom right when you walk in the door, because I think that's so cute, because the kitty is sleeping. It is a lot of confetti. There's a lot. I had a highlight, which slowed me down. And you remember last time I was talking about this like steel gray. It does not bother me now that the whole thing is done. It truly doesn't. It really stood out before I had the whole thing done. So that is that. So that it took me a total of 35 hours to finish this, or to do the whole piece start to finish. There is some back stitching, as you can see, the little fur and the little eyes and the nose and all that. So there is a little bit of back stitching, but I don't think it was that bad. And look how much of this fabric I still have left over. I mean, I purposely started it up there like this direction because I knew it wasn't going to be very big, but easily we will fit another piece on here. So I will probably cut that out so I can serge the edges of this too. Now this is our first finish of 2025. Let's just look at it one more time. Our first finish of 2025. Isn't that cute? Okay. I just couldn't stop staring at it. Our first finish of 2025. This is also on my Year of Whips. So first Year of Whips finish. I'll have to take a picture so I can post that to the group. And this was on my Wipgo board. So it was called twice. So it's on my Wipgo board a total of 4 times. It was called Twice for This Month, which is the risk you take. So that means that it's on my board 2 more times. So let me show you my Wipgo board first. So where we're at. So this was the second one that I put. So this was the finish, was the little kitty cat stickers. I think this was the other, because it was around Valentine's Day. And then these coffee cups are from January. So March, which I'll talk about in a minute, but like this is what my Wipgo, so not too bad. When I do the March one, I'll have 3 in a row. We'll see. But because The Snuggle is Real is still on my Wipgo board, now it's your board or your rules, right? It's already finished. So one, I could just, whenever it's called, just use that as free stitch on whatever I want, which is kind of what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace The Snuggle is Real. I have a replacement idea of 2 or 3. Like, I don't know that I will finish all of them. That one I was pretty sure I would finish before. Like, I didn't think I would actually need 4. Anyway, I'm going to blow you away with what my replacement is going to be. My replacement for Snuggle is Real is going to be Elegant Pumpkins. This is a terrible picture. I don't know where my magazine is. It's from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's like the October 2011, I think it is. So this pumpkin is done. There are 3 more pumpkins, and then there's some like a table or tablecloth. I am stitching this on 32 count willow green linen. I have this first pumpkin is done. It's not that big of a piece, and I have not worked. I started this in September of 2020. It needs to get done. This will, so I'm going to, I don't think I'll get it done this year, but it's going to be on my Year of Whips to finish in 2026, which is going to be kind of big because, I mean, while it isn't a big piece, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. So I'm going to replace the Snuggle is Real with this one. So When it's called next, when the Snuggles Reel called next, we'll give this one. So this one will get 8 days this year. So that's pretty good to kind of move it along. So we'll see where we get to. But I kind of got here, and I haven't worked on it in probably 2 or 3 years. It's time to get her done. That's kind of my goal for 2026 next year is going to be to really pull out these old pieces and start working on them and giving them some love. When I look at, I put my pieces in chronological order. There are so many big starts from 2020, which was the pandemic, right? Like my Hawk Run Hollows were in 2020. Death by Cross Stitch was in 2020. And I just kind of, like, I love them all. I don't want to, like, UFO them. So it's time to pull them out and give them some love. So that's my plans for 2026, loosely. So we have our first real finish for 2025, which is very exciting. So that's what I worked on this week. I have no haul to show you, which is kind of strange. I don't even have a magazine. I don't have any floss to show you, nothing. So that's where we're at with that. No haul. I did get my invoice from Garan for market, so I paid that this morning. I ended up ordering, I think, 6 charts. So that's exciting. So on to giveaways. So the winner of the Nutcracker piece that we gave away last week is Always Be Yourself. And you won something, I think, a couple weeks ago. So I do have your address. So Jolene, congratulations. I'll get that out in the mail to you before I take down my printer. And then we have three giveaways for this coming week. Please don't say giveaway or free or win or anything like that will attract the trolls. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. So first up, Carol sent me this to give away. This is Country Spirits Collection. It's called Delivering Needlewares. Isn't that darling? It's a little sheep. It says wares on the sheep, and there's little stitching accoutrement and his little cart that he's pulling with some scissors. So I think it's really, really cute. This is an older one. I don't see a year on it. But this one, 98 stitches wide by 42 stitches high. So it's not very big. That is so cute. It'd be cute for your little stitchy spot. So if you'd like to win this, use the keyword deliver. Deliver. Okay. Next up, I'm pretty sure, Anne, did you give this to me to give away? I'm pretty sure this is from Anne, but I might be wrong. I think this one is so darling too. It's like a garden, what's it called? It's called Garden Window. Perfect for spring, which in the Northern Hemisphere we're heading into, but if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe you could get it done in spring. It's not a kit, it's just the chart. But look at all, isn't that so super cute? I just think it's lovely. This one is from 1998. It's by Bobby G Designs. It calls for DMC. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blends in here that I can see. There's some French knots, but oh, it's so cute. And the chart itself is it's in black and white, but it's very big. So it's very, I'll just give you a sneak peek. Right? Like it's very big. It's very easy to see the symbols. So that's really nice. So if you'd like to win this, say garden. If you'd like to stitch it, garden. And then you can send it back to me already finished. Just kidding. And then this next one is by Heart and Hand. This is heirloom baby sampler. So it is a sampler. It's a little beat up on the back, as you can see. But this is what it looks like. Very sweet, small piece. It says, "It is not a slight thing when they who are so fresh from God love us." Very sweet. It looks like there's a little shoe charm that you'll have to find a charm on your own because it's not in here. This is really sweet. On the back it says, "Heirloom baby sampler is dedicated to my firstborn, Matthew Neal. Though his life lasted less than a day, his love continues to touch each moment of my life." I didn't realize she had lost a baby, so it's very sad. This is from 1995. Oh, it's a Dickens quote is on there. It is 103 stitches wide by 127 stitches high. You get a whole alphabet so you can personalize it. There is some pencil marks in here from whoever gave this to me to give away. I can't remember now. Usually I'm pretty good with writing it down, but I must not have. So you could just erase those pencil marks. So she had charted Eden Robert on here to put in. So there's a place where you can just erase that and put your own in. So if you'd like to win this, say baby. Baby. Okay. So plans for this coming week, I guess. I'm going to have a new start. This is going to be, even though my birthday's not until March 22nd, but this is going to be my 25/7 piece for the month of March. It's going to be my birthday start. I'm going to start this kit that I have. It's a Thea Governor kit. It is called American Wildflowers. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It came with Aida fabric, which I'm not going to use, just white Aida. And all the floss. There are 80 colors, 80 floss colors. Most of them, or a lot of them, have just like one strand or one, what do you call it? Like one thing of 6 strands. You're supposed to stitch this with one strand. Even though it came with 16 count Aida, which usually on 16 count or 32 count, I would use 2, but I'm going to follow because I won't have enough. And there's no indicator of what those colors are. And it says that in here, like it says there's no color numbers. They just are attached to the symbols. And because there's so many, I'm not going to take the time to go through and convert it all to DMC. I'm just not. I had pulled this really pretty like green color of fabric. And then I realized that this will not fit on fat quarter on 32 count. And I don't really like to stitch on anything higher than 32 count. So I went back to my stash. We had our Stitchy Zoom call this morning. So hi everyone from the Stitchy Zoom call. It was really fun. We were just chatting away and telling stories and it was fun. So after our Stitchy Zoom call, that was through the Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge Facebook group. I had to go back to my stash and I found a piece that is big enough. So I needed basically a half yard. So this is Atomic Ranch Mellowstone in 32 count. Color's kind of washed out. It's like a very, very, I don't know, pale tannish pink. You can't really see it. It's almost white, right? Like it's not white, but like it's a good neutral. So I'm going to start on that. And we'll see. I spent some time last night photocopying the chart so that, because this is one that I'm definitely going to need to highlight the chart and, piecing it together because the pages are really big. But I'm excited to get started on that. So wish me luck. I think it will be painstaking because I think it will take a lot of time to find the floss color based on the symbol, unless the way that they had it was like grouped together, like for this flower you'll need these colors. I don't know if that's how they grouped them together, but we'll find out together. So that's gonna be my 25/7 piece for the month and my birthday start, so I'm super excited about that. Then on Saturdays in March, and I know I just showed this last week, but it's worth showing again. Saturdays, my Saturday piece this month, this is a I'm stitching on birthday starts for most of the things except for the seasonal Sunday. This is JBW Designs Floral Alphabet. Super cute. And I know that Stitching Mommy, Sarah, started this with me last year. And I am changing up the color, so I'm using Cottage Garden threads for this. So this is where I'm at. So I'm excited to give this a little more love. I know Karen from Stitching Past My Bedtime finished it last year. She already did it. This is on a 32 count antique white. So it's just an antique white. But I love the colors. I love how it's coming in. So that will be fun to give it more love. And then my main piece for this coming week is going to be Dreaming of Daisies by Rosewood Manor. I can't remember what year I started this. 2023 maybe? I'm not very far along. Maybe 2022 actually. So this is what it will look like. I love the fabric I'm using this on. I know I got a couple questions. I'll tell you the fabric here in just a minute. It's really pretty blue. So this is where I'm at, and I love how the whites and creams just pop on this color. Daisies are my favorite flower if you're new here. This is on a 32 count Storm by Cross Wing Collection is the fabric. And I got this from Rogue Stitching, I believe. So maybe check there if you want to. But like, this fabric is just gorgeous with these colors. So I'm excited to give this some love. I think I mentioned last week, this piece, for whatever reason, only got 1 day of love last year. So it's going to get 5 days this week, knock on wood, that nothing comes up. That's my intent. And then, of course, I'll work on Winter Montage, and that will count. Winter Montage, this month's acrostic is Sparkle. So Winter Montage will count for the P in Sparkle for Pain-Free Crafts. Dreaming of Daisies will count for the L in Sparkle because of the leaves on the daisies. Now, for Wipgo, the calls were number 9 and number 24, which you saw highlighted on my Wipgo board. Number 9 for me is Beautiful Things. And that's the second time that one has been called this year. And number 24 is 'Tis the Season, which is a piece that I'm hoping, well, that piece, Beautiful Things and 'Tis the Season are both on my Year of Whips to finish this year. I am not working on those this month because I'm working on previous birthday starts this month. So I will make both of those pieces up the first 2 weeks in April. And then I will work on whatever the April calls are. So we won't see those until next month, which is fine. But yeah, so those will come out. And I think that's everything I have for you. Kind of a quick one. But I'll be like a whole new person when you see me next week because I'll have new floors, not that you can see. I'll try to take some before and after pictures for you. If you're interested, I don't know. I imagine it's going to take them 3 full days. Maybe a little bit on the 4th day. I don't know. I have a lot of furniture. So they're going to have to haul everything out and put it back in. Like the stuff, I'm going to do the stuff I can carry, like chairs. Like dining room table chairs I can carry. And my end tables are super light, so I can put those in the garage. But like the other stuff, like my desk that I'm at, I film in my living room. So I'm at my work desk right now. And I have a big couch right in front, like right where you are. There's a big couch. I can't move it. It's motorized, so it's really heavy. So we'll just do our best because that's all we can do. So anyway, I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.